All night he studied without sleep. But in the exam hall, many questions left him blank. For years, he chased degree after degree. Maybe this one will change my life, maybe the next. And now, nearing 30, all he had were diplomas and disappointment. He looked at his 5 degrees on the wall. Each represented years of work, hundreds of exams taken. But what did they get him? Back in grade school, most of his friends had dropped out early. Yet they had jobs, families, and stability. David? He carried only the title of being the most educated in town. 5 degrees lined his wall, but none gave him a future. Now he needed a job. One day at an interview, the hiring manager shook his head. "David, we don't need all your education here. To be honest, I didn't even finish half of what you studied, and look at me. I'm the one hiring." He pointed to a framed photo on the wall. The company's owner, a man who had dropped out after 5th grade. David's old classmate, Aaron. Shaken, David walked out. Another door closed, another rejection. On the street, his buddy Matt found him. "Hey, David," he said, "with your studies, you could always teach, but teaching won't pay much. Listen, take an IT training course. 1 year, that's all. You'll land a good job." With newfound hope, David boarded a train to Seattle, believing he'd finally make it. In a modern office with rows of glowing computer screens, David got the job, $50,000 a year. At first, it felt like a dream. But his co-workers were younger, faster, sharper. He couldn't connect, couldn't keep pace. 10 hours at a desk drained him. Bills ate up his paycheck. Savings were impossible. Dreams faded, little by little. One day, he walked into his boss's office. "I quit," he said. Another disappointment for his parents. David returned home, defeated. In the end, he shut himself in a room. Others who had stopped studying early. They built businesses. They bought houses. They married. David, educated, handsome, was passed over. No one wanted a man with no home, no stability. He realized bitterly, looks, knowledge, even talent, they don't matter here. Then one night, frustrated, he yelled into the dark, "I hate this life. Bosses, paychecks, bills, credit cards, debt, stress. It's endless. I don't want machines, computers, phones, medicine, or pills. I just want to live in a small cabin in the woods, with goats, cows, birds, and fresh air. To eat fruit off the trees, bathe in the river, sleep under a roof of leaves, live like my ancestors did, free. Isn't it my right to choose how I live?" He thought about the city, how much his parents paid for his tuition, how every paycheck disappeared into rent, groceries, commutes, and taxes, how housing prices doubled overnight, how food was full of chemicals, and even exercise was bought with money at gyms. The city was a lie, and everyone seemed okay with it. Suddenly, the door opened, and his sister Maya stepped in. "Done complaining, or do you have more?" she asked. "Is this why Mom and Dad worked so hard to educate you? Our cousin called. He could have hired you into his company long ago. By now, you'd have a house, a wife, 2 kids. But no, you chased literature, art, philosophy. In today's world, that won't even pay for food." Her words were sharp and true. But David's heart refused. As he watched her leave, he softly reflected, "How can I live unnaturally? Can a fig tree grow mangoes? People read books, yet never read other people. Why should every life look the same? Nature gave us all different minds. If everyone did one thing, who would do the rest? When ignorance finally leaves, life itself is almost over. And when you see the truth early, society pushes you away. Maybe contradictions will never end. Maybe wisdom is simply walking your own path." With that thought, David finally breathed easier. This is the host. Thanks for watching. See you next time.